beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. I know it's not coffee. I'm not sponsored by this company, but I love Remedy Organics. Yes, I do. And today I have the Super Chai Fuel. I love taking these when I do my power walks because they really do. You out there, you're doing your thing, and you can feel your energy going, and it's like, oh my gosh. It's not regular walking. It's power walking, ladies and gentlemen. And you just slam one of these, and really you get a massive boost. If I don't take one on my walk with me, sometimes when I run the trails, obviously I don't take it. Come home and I slam one of these, and it's amazing. It gives you that uplifted feeling. My walking is doing better. Day 2. Yes, it is. Yesterday it took me over an hour. Today it took me 1 hour. But I did commune with nature. I just like stopping and communing with nature and just listening to the sounds all around me. I walk an old backcountry road. You know, the one that's in all those country songs. Yes, I do. So I'm walking the rural backcountry roads, and so it's quiet, and what few houses are on the road, everybody's at work, and there's not a lot of traffic, and it's just lovely, and you can actually just kind of get lost in nature. And today I did a quick pit stop on the side of the road, kind of catch my breath a little bit, but more so because the sun was just so intensely warm, and the breeze was like an amazing contrast. It was a cool breeze, but not a cold breeze. Very cool. And it was just, you just inhale it, and it's magnificent. Listen to the birds, listening. The birds are tweeting and twittering and flying overhead, and the snow is melting, and you listen to the snow go psh, 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 psh. And it's kind of eerie because I'm way up on the back roads, but so it's a little bit what's going to come out of the woods at me because you can just hear it dropping, and you can hear everything sinking and melting. And we have bears, absolutely. We have deer, we have bears, we have moose. So we have wild turkeys. You never know what you're going to encounter in the woods. So just kind of keep your wits about you. Keep your ears open and make some noise while you're going and taking your little walks up on your back roads. Pretty soon we'll be running the trails. I'm going to take you guys with me to do that. And you can see some of the beautiful areas that we have on our trails. And we'll stop, we'll talk, we'll make a video. There you go. What are we going to talk about today? Well, today we're going to talk about prepping. We're going to talk about Big Sur, California. Yes, we are. Because they are being told in Big Sur to get at least 2 weeks of food and water in their homes because storms are coming. They already had a big dump, 7 feet of snow. People were stranded in the mountains. Yes, sirree, Bob. People got stranded. You could go right on the Google. You can Google it up, and you can see the same photographs that I saw. People were writing in the snow. Thank gosh, these people knew what they were doing, and they made they wrote help us, something like that, in the snow, and they made it deep enough. You have to make it deep enough to be seen from the air, and that is exactly what happened. Now everybody, officials know that there are people stuck up in them woods in California, and more storms are coming to hit. So they're telling the people of Big Sur to prepare because there's going to be some flooding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we prepare. We prepare whether we live off the grid, whether we have a working homestead, whether we just live in rural America, whether we have a commercial farm, whether we live in the city, whether we live in the suburbs, you need to prepare. People need to prepare, and people do prepare. More people than you think prepare. They're just very quiet about it because it's got a stigma to it. We don't prepare for Armageddon. We don't prepare really for nuclear war. We're not really preparing for EMPs. We are not preparing for the zombie apocalypse. People prepare to be ready for Mother Nature because Mother Nature is fickle, and she will bless you and then she will curse you, and that's just how it goes. We as a species are very nasty to Mother Nature, and sometimes she gives us bounty and blessings, and sometimes she takes that all away when we get a little too cocky. And that's what's happening. We're getting a little too cocky. And so storms are coming, and people need to be prepared. Whether you are a seasoned prepper or you're just beginning, whether you own a homestead and have been homesteading for a long time, and that's Fiona, she's doing her thing. This is a working homestead. These videos are live, pre-recorded, and I do not edit them. I just don't have time. Between the homestead, between the house chores, between the walking. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have time to edit, so this is what we get. The good, the bad, and the ugly on tape. It doesn't matter how long you've been prepping. Might be starting tomorrow. People in Big Sur are just, some of them, they're just learning. You need to get food on your pantry shelves more than ever. You see what's going on in the world. If you're homesteading and you're prepping, you know what's going on in the world, so I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the people who do not actively pay attention, who think life is always going to be wonderful and go along without a bump and a hitch, and then when it does, they're the first ones that are like, help me. Nay, you need to be your own first responder, and part of that responsibility of being your own first responder is getting enough food in your house for everybody in your household for at least a few months. This 2-week thing, it's a start, but people really need to get the food in for a couple months. Now, if you are in Big Sur and you are wondering, because you ain't prepped, so you're wondering, what do I do? Don't panic. This is what you do. It's very simple. This is what I tell everybody who starts to prep, just the beginnings of prepping. Get them big 4 or 5 gallon bottles of water that go in the water cooler machines. You go get a bunch of them. Okay? You get yourself on your Google and find out how much water per person in your family, clean drinking water, you need. And add extra because you got to cook. Okay? So that's the first thing. So get yourself more than 2 weeks of water. You're going to need it. Then you're going to only buy for your pantry what your family actually eats. Look at your menu. Look at your week. Look what you do. What do you cook? What does your family consume? That's what you're going to put in your pantry. You are going to forget a lot of the fresh meat. Because even with the freezer, there's going to be no electric. Don't worry about freezer items. Don't worry about refrigerator items. Get yourself, I'm telling you right now, get yourself some canned chicken and some canned ham, some canned beef. Put it on your shelf because you're going to be learning how to make that. I like canned ham himself like spam. I do my canned hams very basic. If I don't have to, I cook on a wood stove, 1927 home comfort. So my stove is almost 100 years old, still going strong. But it takes a while to get the oven going. You know, it could take like half a day. So what I do is I slice up that canned ham and I fry it up. And that's what we have. I do everything very, very simply, very easily when I am busted for time because I'm out in the barn or some calamity has happened on the homestead. Get yourself canned vegetables. Get yourself canned potatoes. They sell them at the store, canned potatoes, little whole canned potatoes. Get yourself root vegetables. I know vegetables don't last anymore, but get yourself some fresh root vegetables. Get your carrots. Get your 5-pound bag of potatoes. Just get all that stuff in. Get it in a cool place in your home, in your pantry, okay? And get yourself some spaghetti, lots of it. Get yourself some pasta sauce. Get whatever you need. Whatever your family readily eats, that's what goes on your shelves. Get some candy. Chocolates are amazing. Candy, lollipops, anything. If you got kids, get treats for them. I'm telling you, these are scary, scary issues when your officials are telling you to get prepared in your home because there's going to be a problem and there's going to be a flooding and we may not be able to get to you. Okay. Forget all the toilet paper at the store. There's other ways to wipe your ass. Go look it up on Google. Get board games for your kids. There's going to be no electric. Get flashlights, get batteries. These are just all the standard staples that you're going to need when an emergency strikes. And I say when because it's not if, it's always when. And an emergency could be as simple as somebody lost their job. And it can take a long time to get a job. And you may not be able to get unemployment. Or if you get unemployment, your unemployment could run out. Whatever. These are why we keep a full stocked pantry at all times. Get powdered eggs, shelf-stable eggs. Get powdered milk. Get your shelf-stable milk. Fill up your bathtub. If the lights are flickering, get your bathtub filled up. That's going to be your washing water. And don't forget about your pets. Get your pet food in. Get extra water for your pets. Very, very important. And, you know, this storm that's going to hit Big Sur, I guess it's about 2 weeks off. And so you do have time to prepare, but people are going to panic and they're going to get to that store before you. And if they do buy all the toilet paper up, get yourself a couple 5-gallon buckets, and one you're going to put a water bleach solution in. Make sure you get the lids. You're going to use like the diaper pail from the old days, from my grandmother's era. You have a diaper pail, and you're going to get some rags. And go get some cheap package of face cloths, and you're going to wipe your ass with that. Then after you're done wiping your ass, you're going to put it in the diaper pail. The old-fashioned diaper pail. The bleach bucket. And if you need a toilet, if you have an extra 5-gallon pail with the lid, get yourself a little bit of pine chips from the pet store, and that makes an emergency toilet. So there you have it. So if you can't use your sewer, if you can't use your plumbing, at least you have a way to deal with your waste until the emergency has passed. That's what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, that's the advisement today. Get your pantries stocked. Even if you're not in Big Sur, because there's things happening in the world. And if you're not prepping, you're going to wish you had. Remember, we need to ride this whole thing out, what's going on in the world, what's going on with the governments, what's going on with the economy. We need to not only survive, ladies and gentlemen, but we do need to thrive, and that's what we're here for. We are going to get through this. We are all in the same storm. We may not all be in the same boat, but we are all in the same storm, and we are going to get through this, and we're going to come out the other side. And let's give our thoughts and prayers off to the people that are currently stranded in the mountains in California. Let's give prayers that these storms aren't as bad as they're saying that they're going to be when they come into California. And let's just be grateful for everything we have every single day. Carpe diem, beautiful creatures of the world, because no one promised you a tomorrow.